a lot more revitalized than what we just seen them do to end gaming. But Prismatic, they have been known to play also pretty good and cause a lot of upsets, so we'll see if they could potentially pull off the Cinderella story for Prismatic against Team Empire, which would certainly be a very big knock to the Russian side.
It'd be quite disheartening, honestly, and I mean, Empire, there were many preconceptions coming in that they would probably walk away with this if they could beat Penta. That was kind of their only speed bump along the way, and clearly Penta are still doing quite well for themselves and could be a speed bump for them, but or maybe even a collision head-on later on in the tournament. But Glassline Clash on Coast, I mean, Mira, there you go. Not really shocked by a single of these bans.
Pretty sure those are the top 4 band operators that we have. Has to be. There's no way that Glassline Clash and Mira is not, because it is always at least 3 out of the 4 of them are always banned. Typically, it's always Glassline and Mira, and then kind of the other defenders up to whatever team wants to ban. May it be, we've seen Maestro bans, Echo bans. I also seen a couple of Smoke bans cast the tournament the other day as well. So that's always a bit of a surprise whenever you see an operator like Smoke, who we did see had a 90% pick rate inside of the Euro Cup. And we will be moving into a blue bar and sunrise bar to start things off, as Team Empire, they will be on the defense. And Prismatic, they will start on the attack. Prismatic, they already have played Coastline today against Trust Gaming. They did win 6-4. Their attacks were very good in terms of their crossfire, their gun skill, their cohesion that they need. But this is Empire, who we know they have a player like Joystick, who can upset everything that you try to do as an attacker.
I think this will be a good test for Empire to really separate themselves from either a good team or a fantastic team. The upper echelon of teams will take a map like Coastline that is defender-sided in most games that are played at the highest level and still be able to come away with an advantage heading into the second half. Doesn't mean it's going to be a 5-0 unless they're completely outmatching the other team, but the teams that can win the rounds they're not supposed to will always set themselves apart. And starting out on defense, and you're right, throwing it to blue bar and sunrise bar, that's it's an interesting decision. I think we saw it earlier today. You did with Emzo. I was on the analyst desk for that one. Also, Prismatic, no hard breacher. Again, Coastline, not the most hard breach-centric map in the world, but interesting.
This is something that they did run against Trust, where they want to really enforce the fact that you don't necessarily need a hard breacher the way they play. We did see Glass be a very big operator for Prismatic, but that is going to be banned, and instead Blackbeard will be picked up. And, you know, looking at the Prismatic versus Trust, Trust did ban Blackbeard, so it's kind of, if you ban Glass, then they pick Blackbeard. If you ban Blackbeard, then they pick Glass. So either way, you are going to run into a very strong operator with a very hard-hitting rifle. May it be the Scar, or may, of course, be that OTS from the Glass. Nonetheless, they always have a point man ready to go, and they will be picking up that Blackbeard as it was not banned.
The real MC picking up the Blackbeard for Prismatic outside on the aquarium balcony, just busting open the door and pre-firing in towards Hookah, where 2 defenders for Empire currently lay. It's Joystick and Shock, and as I say that, Joystick engaging in a battle with YLZ. This is Zofia out on the Hookah balcony.
YLZ has been known to be a very important fragger for Prismatic. You talked about the fact that teams different from each other is if they can clutch those unwinnable positions. YLZ was one of those guys that did just that. He was clutching up 1 versus 4s and 1 versus 2s, winning those engagements. Babu, he will win that engagement against Tarzeka early on inside of this first bit of engagement for Prismatic. This is their first bit of, I would say, breaching, you know, potential, where they want to try and get in and secure this top floor as much as they can. But Joystick, he is starting to say no to that as he picks up 1. YLZ did manage to defeat Shockwave, but not really that much of a dent, as Joystick would be the one that you really want to kill in that scenario.
Shepard looking skyward to this kill hole, looking where the bomb would be upstairs in Hookah, and there's also a Yokai drone just surveilling the situation, watching 2 of the attackers stack on one another. Unfortunately, no Nitro Cell at the disposal of the defensive side of Empire currently, and they'll have to get by with the Yokai drones at range. And here comes Babu to rip up the floor above the bar, and it's going to force Shepard to evacuate to the cubby. Very dangerous position to be in if you're trying to cross over and someone's holding your window or your sunrise entrance, but thankfully neither being held, as all of Prismatic are currently topside, trying to supplant enough pressure vertically to force everyone out into a crossfire.
Still 30 seconds to go for Prismatic to actually make this push possible, but no, Joystick with that aggressive run out will manage to fail Babu, as that will be the buck off the board for Prismatic. 20 seconds on the clock. Cypher still has these Echo drones, which can definitely stall out the round long enough for Joystick to rotate himself in. We do see the drop also coming in from the Thatcher, but he will rotate on over towards the rest of his teammate. And Shepard, he will be the first one to try and go for all of these frags. Joystick actually nearly dies to the smoke cancer, and he will, as Shepard picks up a double blast with a shotgun. It will be all in the hands of the Blackbeard, but not enough time. And Empire, they win that round even after the misplay from Joystick, who gets gassed by his own teammate. And big shotgun plays from the smoke to finally see it that round in favor of Empire.
So that was interesting.
Was that a yikes?
No, I won't say that word here. I won't say that word here.
Be your inner Parker. Do it.
Oh, Joystick running into the smoke. I mean, that looked like the throw right there. That looked like it was over for Empire, but Shepard with the 2-tap on the shotgun blast and just... chaotic round to say the least. And now we head to the hookah and billiards defenses. Like I said, win the rounds you probably shouldn't, and I don't think Empire probably should have won that round, to be honest, the way it was trending.
I wouldn't say that was Empire not necessarily supposed to win that round. It was more that Prismatic tried to rush a shotgun. And especially a very hard-hitting one that has pump action that can down you and eliminate you in one blast from extremely close range. And you think it's a good idea to send 2 people over that? We have seen so many montage clips of that shotgun doing the damage and doing the dirty work. Take, for example, Retro at DreamHack Montreal for Cloud9. He was doing madness with that shotgun.
Yeah, I remember that quite vividly.
Wait, you were there?
No.
5 seconds left.
Playing up on the billiards and hookah defense now. Interesting setup. I mean, as far as the operators go, this is a lineup we're pretty used to with Empire, but I don't know. I feel like a Maestro is just a little more typical of a hold here. I mean, yes, you have the ACOG on Scyther, but I feel like having that intel inside of Aquarium through an Evil Eye, I guess interchangeable between the Yokai drone and the Evil Eye is just more typical to see the Maestro coming out, and we haven't seen Empire really running a lot of Maestro. It's a weird thing we don't really see all that often nowadays.
For most teams, typically the Bandit gets substituted out for the Maestro in most circumstances, as it just provides that more intel. And Joystick, what can we say? This guy today has been on an absolute tear. We didn't see this yesterday from him, but today has been a completely different story. Whatever bed he slept in was a good bed. That's the perfect way to say it. This guy must have had his full 8 hours of sleep, and he is definitely doing the 8 kills that he needs to do for his team. Does get treated out, however, by Q, so it does leave Team Empire without Joystick, but he's already done his work. He's already done his job as a roamer, a very, very capable roamer. And can Prismatic really bounce back from this? You can see that they're trying to work their way up blue, but then again, Shock can just deploy these goo mines, trying to delay Q as much as he can. Gonna capture it.
Yeah, the EMP is coming out of the base. The Cool Vibe stairs is... Wow, Zed's gone for the rotate out the hookah balcony stairs, and this is such a weird starting to a round for Prismatic as they try to go bottom up on a hookah billiards defense. That is not the most typical avenue for success, and Q getting away with his life a couple times as Shock has come within inches of taking his life away on the pre-fires. The concussion nades come flying in through the doorway from the balcony, and Shepard again on the smoke. Looks like he's lining up to knock them all down once again if they try and rush through in the dying seconds. The shotgun from below from Q as well, and the Jackal not going to really be displacing anyone as no one's playing deep inside behind the benches of hookah.
50 seconds to go. Cypher has those Echo drones in a position where he can deny the plan in towards the B-bomb site. Kurzeka may be looking for a potential rotate up towards the blue stairs. Does provide that little bit of an advantage. If we do see Q attempt to rotate up towards those Cool Vibes, Cypher, he will start things off with that aggressive peek onto YLZ, and Q, double kill for him, eliminates Cypher and Shock, but Kurzeka, just talking about him on his flank, will come in immediately. Aguila does manage to put into a 1 versus 1. Kurzeka misses his Nitro Cell, and it will be down to the Thatcher versus the Bandit. The plant will go down, but the tag from the Echo Drone is still going to be alive, and they know exactly where he is at every single point that he wants to move into. 10 seconds to go. Aguila's going to have to at least stick this defuse. Does come off, however, but no, Karzeka, he will clutch you up, and Aguila will fall, and Karzeka, once again, comes in with that flank, and Empire will take the lead, even more so, 2-0.
It's the Yokais that I doubted early on coming back to bite me. It's that intel. Without that intel, there's no way that Karzeka pulls that comeback up the Cool Vibe stairs, also picking up the flank as he had gone for a full map rotation. He went down the theater stairs, came back all the way around the kitchen hallway downstairs and flanked Q, who picked up a huge double kill on Cool Vibes, but closer round for Prismatic there. The first round was close, but in a weird way. This was a close round in a normal way, we'll say. It was,
yeah, the weird way being that Joystick just got absolutely smoked out by his own teammate.
Yeah, and this time, I mean, Joystick, again, inside of Sunrise. 3v5 in the first minute, not even. It's a horrible position to battle your way out of. I'm impressed that Prismatic brought it down to a 1v1 after that poor start, or amazing start for Joystick, whichever way you want to look at it. So now, if you're Prismatic, you know they're not going Blue Bar, Sunrise Bar. You know they're not going Hookah. There's a 50-50 shot you're going to need some breach. So if they go kitchen, you don't necessarily. It's nice to open up the walls looking into service. You don't have to. It's Penn Theater. You kind of need some breach on that. We saw from SK at DreamHack Montreal that going the no breach on this attack just does not work.
Prismatic, they have already played Coastline today. They played against Trust. Trust never went for a penthouse and fear defense. This is the first time that we've seen one today. Even on Prismatic and their defenses, they didn't even go near this bomb site either. So a lot of teams have started to rotate away from playing that penthouse and fear. I still think that it's still the best bomb site that you have. Sure, you don't have that mirror anymore, but you can still do some pretty good stuff. You can have these VIP holds. You can play a very aggressive operator in between that bathroom area. And Joyce, what can we say? This is just a recurring theme for Empire. Every single time they need someone to get a kill, Joystick is there.
Put a 416 in that man's hands, and it's not going to be a fun time for you. Droning out Karzeka down below is Shockwave, also in support on the Pulse Cardiac sensor. Real MC has the Blackbeard once again going to be peeking in through the buck holes that Babu is making for him. Trying to peek into bathroom where Shockwave is kind of pinned down right now. If he tries to go for the rotate out, a well-aimed shot from Real MC will dispatch him rather simply, and Q is taking a lot of damage as well. I didn't actually see where he was, but there's the attempt for the rotate out, and Shockwave will fall inside of the bathroom. You still have Karzeka here battling in the kitchen to try and escape by the window doorway, but good trade out there as that's a nitro cell gone and all the intel.
Yeah, excellent from Prismatic, managing to at least finally pinch a roamer. Still isn't the roamer that they're looking for, as Joystick is ever going to be that menace that is just going to devastate this Prismatic defense if they don't deal with him, because we know how good he is with those rotations, being able to time his run-outs, his jump-outs. He has got himself in towards that VIP launch as well, so he's going to be that next bit of defense if that's the area that Prismatic want to try and attack. But then we know there's no hard breach. That's not going to be an area of effect that they want to go for, and instead it will look to be a very, very risky play where they're trying to swing in through the B window and also enter in through the bathroom, but the crossfires will be established by Empire. You can see Shepard and Cypher both sitting way in the back with the ACOGs, and Joystick in Hall of Fame ready if anybody wants to swing on through the window.
Well, they're going to attempt it anyway, and Empire's defensive reinforcements kind of biting them right now, as if they hadn't reinforced that bathroom wall, then could have been able to free fire through, but Joystick again, a dominating performance with the 416 so far, takes down Aguila on the main window. That's the diffuser lost in the window silo as well. The buck rushing in, Babu will fall as well on the backside. Joystick with a 3, Karzeka attacks on, Q will fall. It's all the Real MC now, the Blackbeard who was repelled outside. He's going for a full rotation down to kitchen. Where are you going to go with a face shield on, my man? You are a 4 armor. A 0 speed, and he's just taking down goo mines, default cams. There's not a lot of mobility. He'll trigger another goo mine, and Karzeka will hold the angle coming down Cool Vibe stairs. Turning back around, expecting a flank from bathroom. He doesn't even realize that Karzeka has walked and encroached right behind him at the kitchen door. It's a 3-0 lead for Empire, and Prismatic really losing their touch on that round.
Certainly the lack of hard breach for Prismatic has severely damaged them in that attack. They just didn't have anything going for them. Joystick once again getting things going automatically, putting the players of Prismatic on that back foot. They have to then play around not having the Sophia, who we know is so strong in that utility sense where she can use those concussion mines to get yourself in towards that bathroom area, which is what they were attempting to, but with nobody covering the VIP or that Hall of Fame, just like I said, Joystick can sit there, hold the angle onto the window. That's exactly what he did, and he continues his reign of terror once again.
We're in 6 picks, so this could be a 6-2. What?
Oh dear. What's happening?
Why? Out of...
Hey, fight the Russians with a Russian.
Guys, Thermite exists. Thermite exists, Prismatic. You might want to try using him at some point. You know they're going back to their primary, or at least you should. Either that or they're cycling it up and heading to kitchen and service, where again, the breach not entirely necessary, but it'd be nice. But how is Fuse going to help, man? How is Fuse going to help?
I could see it potentially working if they manage to take control of that hookah and billiards, which is doable. You don't necessarily need any hard breach for this particular bomb site. Really, the only thing that you would want is to open up that hatch, but if you can just completely rip open around the hatch with the buck and also get some hockey pucks in there, which I know that you're a big fan of hockey pucks, being from Canada and all that stuff, then yeah, certainly you can get that Fuse, mix things up, and if you establish crossfires in and around that kitchen and that courtyard waiting for somebody to run out away from those cluster charges, then yeah, that could work, but it's all about the execution on the top floor before they even get to that stage about thinking about establishing crossfires on the bottom floor.
The first thing that I would want to do, though, is open up the wall from office into blue bar with a thermite if I'm attacking blue bar and sunrise bar, because we've seen these top-down takes. They don't really come to much effect. Yes, you can displace a lot of the anchors from their initial positioning by ripping up the floor, and thankfully Babu's been a mainstay on the buck, but other than that, I mean, defenders can still maneuver around Sunrise with relative ease, especially when those walls are remained reinforced. There's no angles you can get outside of the doorway from Sunrise entrance, so even ripping up the floor isn't enough. You have to apply the pressure somewhere else, and honestly, unless the entire objective here for the Fuse, it's not even a Fuse shield, which is the most shocking thing of all, unless the objective is just to clear the ADSs, which are both stacked inside of Hookah, I don't get the play.
You still will have Joystick and Shot still alive and well upstairs inside of the Hookah Lounge. We know how good Joystick can play this. It's pretty much the exact same way they did establish that main off-site anchor position last time in the first round. They did defend. Aguila, he sees the angle, but he just misses it barely. And Joystick, he will eliminate Q as he tries to push it in and eliminate his teammate. And I believe that's going to be YLZ trying to rotate over and get some concussion mines in. Joystick will go for the spray, going for the aggressive run, and he will get the kill onto YLZ. Amazing from that man. Once again, just a one-man demolition crew against the Might. Another kill for Joystick. 3K for him, leading into the third half of the round. How can you stop this man?
No stopping him now as he's tucked in behind the cubby inside of Hookah, and he's positioning himself try and tack on and possibly go for the ace. The Real MC and Aguila both grab kills of their own to give Prismatic some semblance of hope, as Shockwave is also down to about 5 HP, tucked by the rotating Hookah. Aguila's going to hop out as he's also severely injured. Outside of Hookah, or the Sunrise entry, he's going to re-drone, and Real MC's going to back out. He doesn't even want to engage. He's going to spot Scyther in behind the bar, providing the call for the Real MC, who's now gone for the full rotate down the stairs. Trying to come through the Sunrise entrance. There's not a lot of play here for these two attackers remaining. There's still 2 Yokai drones up, and the Coup mines continue to stack at the door. There's nowhere really to go as they all line up to a shooting gallery. Shockwave's going to launch out a Nitro Cell and claim the life of Aguila, so it's all up to the Blackbeard. The Real MC at 100 HP, stuck inside a Sunrise entrance, 10 seconds remaining. He slowly peeks the doorway. He gets one, and the Claymore grabs a second. It's down to a 1v1 against Scyther, still playing in behind the bar, going for the hip fire, but no! Scyther saves the round as Empire almost throw the 3v1 away. They hang on, and Joystick is still an incomparable force for Empire.
just the being in the side of Prismatic. Nobody can stop this guy, and a mint free K for him and his team. And of course, he did eventually die to the Blackbeard. And just barely scraping through, Cypher manages to clutch up for his team. And Prismatic, they will be moving on to their last attack, which they have not been doing well at all. But then again, it's just Joystick. That is literally Joystick's match. Just like nearly every match that he plays for Team Empire, he's always there top fragging, always doing the dirty work for him and his team. And we'll see how they perform in their last defense, which will be a hookah lounge and billiard. So it's going to be, I would say, more of the kind of same aggressive nature where they stick Joystick just in the mad room, stick him downstairs, try and deny Prismatic the access of the buck, where the buck can go below, rip open all of the different anchor positions that the players of Empire may want to sit behind. But as we know, they're going to have to go through Joystick, and more than likely either Karzeka or Shockwave would play that secondary roamer along with Joystick to once again get the crossfires established and get the refrags if Joystick ever does die, which he is killable, but it does take a lot of people to kill him.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize this. All 5 drones for Prismatic being shot in prep phase. You want to know why Joystick is being allowed to run around? Because there's 0 intel from Prismatic. They're just sacrificing drones to the gods, praying for some semblance of success, and it is not happening. Oh, Prismatic. Just, it really feels like they're just missing all the fundamentals right now. Even after the great showing they put on earlier, this is just, they look dismantled.
If you can't do the basics right, you will not win games. That you've seen the best teams in the world, if they cannot drone and they let roamers get away, that is it done. And it seems to be that we are going back in time every single round to watch the exact same thing happen time and time again, where Joystick does what Joystick wants and Joystick takes what Joystick wants, and he's just completely ruining this Prismatic side. They've lost their main entry. Fractor Q has been a big player as well on the side of Prismatic and actually being able to get inside of the building and clear out these roamers. And yet again, Joystick is still allowed to rotate back. No refrags coming out because they are just pushing one by one, and they lose the gunfights because nobody has ever beaten Joystick in these gunfights. And once again, Joystick, another kill onto Aguila, sets it up into a 3v5. Once again, if he dies, he's done his job, and the rest of Team Empire can clutch up for him.
Another 2-man advantage established because Joystick is a 1-man army. He's got 2 more attackers bearing down on him, but YLZ will fall to the Nitro Self from Karzeka. It's down to Babu and the real MC, the Buck and the Blackbeard. Joystick will finally fall, but at what cost? You've lost 3 operators in the hunt for 1 man downstairs. He's burned half your time. He's killed 60% of the operators on your attacking force. You had to go reclaim the diffuser, and now the last 2 remaining attackers of Babu and the real MC stacked on Aquarium Balcony again, going to be walking into a firing range.
Quite literally a firing range. As you can see, all the different angles are set up by Empire. Karzeka, he would probably be the first person to try and take the kill advantage, and that just kind of sums up the game for Prismatic. Goes for the peak in the drone hole, but Karzeka thinks otherwise. He will win that engagement, and everybody else from Empire can sit back, relax, put your feet up as Joystick, in 4 rounds, 12 kills.
Just a stupid game so far for Joystick, and the real MC again is the Blackbeard left alone. He's got diffuser in hand. He's going for a full site rotation, or full map rotation, really. And it looks like Karzeka is going to try and head him off at the pass, but he's very low on health. But it's Scyther playing prone at Vase, looking all the way down to 90. That will drop the real MC. It's a 5-0 ball game. 1 more, and Empire's got it. And they'll go play in the losers bracket final against the loser of Penta and Vodafone Giants tomorrow.
Really say that just with a little more Spanish, you know, Vodafone Giants. I'm sure Milos could probably do better. He's like our linguistic expert.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely our linguistic expert. And we will have our first tactical timeout. I'd imagine this is probably Prismatic. You would think it's Prismatic. They've just lost every single attack. Flawless defense half-time for Team Empire, and they only are 1 win round away from being able to make it into tomorrow. Prismatic staring down the barrel of essentially Joystick and his 416. Not a lot, I would say, Prismatic can do. Sure, big man, the Kaiser, can try and talk his team, but I don't really see that going in any way, shape, or form to a Prismatic win.
No. Attack pause for Prismatic being taken. We do have confirmation it is theirs. So, yeah. If I'm down 5-0, yeah, I probably want a breather too. I want to relax. I mean, we've seen some tensions get pretty heated between some teammates so far. I mean, it's even harder when you're in a closer game and something goes wrong than when you're getting annihilated, because when you're down 5-0 like this, you just feel defeated. You feel empty. There's not a lot of anger. There's not a lot of hatred. There's not a lot of blood boiling. It's just a lot of, wow.
Sadness.
It's shock,
just sadness,
and sadness, and exhaustion, because every round they take a little piece out of you when you're going down 5-0. So, I mean, Empire, continue the wave, man. Continue the wave. They were on defense on coastline and won all 5. I can't remember the last time I've ever seen that happen on such an attacker-sided map, and yet they still won it all. I don't know, man. This is not the Empire we saw at the beginning of the day against Vodafone, no. But this is definitely the Empire we expected to see all day. I'm
pretty sure we can rule out the fact that it was definitely nothing to do with how they play. It was just consulate in terms of their map. I said Border Oregon coastline is the map pull for Empire. This is their coastline. Look what they've done. They have ruined this team.
I think Prismatic got a little cocky there as well, saying they had a 100% win rate on coastline.
You played it twice. That's it.
That's a yikes, boys. That's a full-on yikes.
Well done. Parker will be proud.
Parker? No, Parker will not be proud. 5-0 lead for Empire, and they bring a hard breacher, although, like I mentioned, not the most necessary, but just a weird thing that Prismatic were doing early on all of their attacking rounds, refusing to bring a hard breacher through 5 rounds. That's something you also don't see every day.
Thankfully, Empire, they will have a hard breacher in the form of Shockwave. Hibana, very versatile in what she can bring. She can get off hatches. She can also open up these small little holes in the wall, particularly in towards that reception area would be the main area you would expect to see Shockwave use. Of course, Joystick has that Ash available, so you're expecting some pretty big plays from him. Very, very aggressive lineup from Empire. These are very heavy fragging operators. We're not seeing, you know, Thatcher or Fermi. Instead, we're seeing IQ there. He has the 5.52 Commando, a very strong gun in many, many engagements. A bit similar to the 5.56, but has just, I believe, that little bit more of fire rate in terms of the 5.56. So certainly IQ can do a lot of damage with that gun. And also, she's a free speed, which can never go amiss inside of coastline.
Yeah. Looks like Empire trying to put the final nail in the coffin of Prismatic and take them down. Babu is going to take down Shepard before immediately being traded. Joystick tacks on. It's a one-man advantage for Prismatic that evaporates and slips to their fingertips. Now down a man. The Hibana pellets coming out onto the castle barricade, a luggage doorway, as everyone collapsing upon the real MC. The Lone Legion left topside at the top of theater stairs.
The Wolfpack mentality will be established by Empire. This is the thing that I said at the start of the day, where they have this unique style where if one person pushes in and they die, a full Wolfpack will be initialized, and that's exactly what happened as Karzeka puts nearly the final nail in the coffin, and Cypher will do just that, and Team Empire will clean sweep Prismatic in our first 6-0 here at the Euro Cup, and they will move on to tomorrow. And the Germans, well, what can you say? They will be headed home.
I feel bad for whoever that Echo was. That was a lot of missed shots while he didn't even have a gun out. Yeah, Empire walking away, heading to the loser bracket finals tomorrow. It'll be our second game tomorrow. Still going to be a best of 1. Only the grand finals are a BO3, but Empire, more of what we expected to see, less of what we saw early on today.
Very, very quick game, just asserts their dominance. Would kind of put the fear, I would say, into either Penta or Vodafone. This is Empire. This is what they're capable of. Can either of them two teams even stop this? That will be very difficult. Yeah, sure, you could say Vodafone, they've beat them once, but Empire, they definitely will not go for Consulate. They will play different maps against them. If it's Penta, we still don't know, as we didn't see those two teams face off against. I'm sure that will probably be the absolute